Focus to another opposition leader under the ED scanner. Now the Enforcement Directorate team is searching one of the vehicles used by Jharkhand Chief Minister Hemant Soren in the national capital. The ED has now seized the BMW as the Jharkhand CM's whereabouts are still unclear. Now, according to top sources in the Enforcement Directorate, the car is an asset from the proceeds of crime. Sources also say that the last known location of Hemant Soren is the premises of a senior advocate. His cavalcade crossed the Jharkhand Bhavan this afternoon, but there is no trace of the Chief Minister. Security has been tightened at his Ranchi as well as the Delhi residence. Soren, in his email, has stated that the ED's act is motivated by a political agenda to disrupt the state government. That is the pitch that has come in from the Jharkhand Chief Minister, whose whereabouts are still unknown.
The visuals that you are seeing on your screens right now is of the Enforcement Directorate, who was at the residence of Hemant Soren. This is the vehicle, one of the vehicles which has just been checked by the Enforcement Directorate. All the gates had been opened, and in fact the people that you're seeing on your screens right now are the people from the Enforcement Directorate. It is being said that this is one of the vehicles which was being used by the Chief Minister Hemant Soren. In fact, this vehicle was absolutely frisked by the salutes of Enforcement Directorate. On the other hand, the team of Enforcement Directorate is yet again returning back to the residence of the CM. Remember, at approximately 7 a.m. this morning was the time when the team of Enforcement Directorate had reached out here, and post that they had started to search. In fact, there still is absolutely zero clarity as to where is Hemant Soren. The Enforcement Directorate sources have told us that they will wait over here until and unless Hemant Soren turns up. Now, where will Hemant Soren turn up? That is a big question at this point in time. On the other hand, there are hectic parleys that have already started in the state of Jharkhand. But yes, the million-dollar question still remains. Where is Hemant Soren? And that question has still not been answered by the GAMM or by the CM office, and hence the Enforcement Directorate is still waiting for Hemant Soren to turn up in front of them and answer the questions that needs to be confronted with him. Because remember, the Enforcement Directorate has very clearly stated that they have found some new evidences, some new documents that needs urgent confrontation with the CM regarding the land scam, that is alleged land scam that is being investigated by the premier agencies.
And I'm joined by my colleagues Anshul, who just got us that report, as well as Arunima, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Anshul, this is very bizarre at the end of the day. Hemant Soren is not a common man. He is the Chief Minister of a state who was in the national capital, and now no one knows where he is.
Well, definitely this is probably the first of its kind instance where a Chief Minister cannot be found anywhere. Neither the party is ready to tell the exact location of where the Chief Minister is, or neither the CMO is actually revealing the exact location of where the Chief Minister is, and that is the reason why the Enforcement Directorate at this point in time is still looking out for Hemant Soren. Now remember, an email was sent by the Chief Minister's office to the Enforcement Directorate, where they had said that this is political vendetta, and all the questions that needed to be answered by the CM was answered on the investigation or on the questioning that happened on the 20th of January. And post that, in that email, it has also been categorically mentioned that the CM is busy with his affairs, and since the budget session of the Jharkhand Assembly is also impending, and hence he is busy with that, so he will not be available to each and every time the ED has to summon him. But yes, the CM office also told the Enforcement Directorate that on the 31st of January at 1 p.m. he will be available at his residence. But yes, the Enforcement Directorate, what the sources within the Enforcement Directorate has told us at this point in time is that there are some new documents and there are some new evidences that has been found by the premium agency, and hence they actually need to confront him with that. At this point in time, what we are being told that CM Hemant Soren has still not been traced down by the Enforcement Directorate. In fact, they had also contacted the staff of Hemant Soren, and still there has been no clarity as to where Hemant Soren is. So the agency at this point in time believes that Hemant Soren is very much inside the national capital, because a charter that it took from Ranchi to reach out here in the national capital on Saturday, that charter is still parked at the New Delhi airport. So yes, they believe that Hemant Soren is very much inside the national capital, but where is Hemant Soren? That is the million-dollar question, and that has still not been answered by anyone
Where is Hemant Soren? That is the big question. Remember, the car which the ED says is the proceeds of the crime has now been seized. But the big question remains that where is the Chief Minister of Jharkhand after he entered the national capital? Arunima continues to be with us on the broadcast. Arunima, so we've accessed that email that that Hemant Soren's office has sent to the Enforcement Directorate saying that this is a witch hunt, it is political vendetta aimed at destabilizing the Jharkhand government. But at the same time, no clear whereabouts coming in from the CMO when it comes to Hemant Soren's whereabouts. Is there a case to be made that the Jharkhand government is in a way blocking the investigation of the Enforcement Directorate?
It will be difficult to prove that charge because, what Hemant Soren's office has done, what the Chief Minister's office has done through this email is that they have said that we are available on the 31st. So if he has sought one more day's time, can the ED really move and say that if there was an urgent requirement to move against him? What was that urgent requirement? He's a sitting Chief Minister of a state. He's not like any other common man. He's not been made an accused officially. In what capacity is ED questioning him? Is he a witness? Is he an accused? That is not clear. So it will be difficult for ED to really prove that he's an absconder or get an NBW against him. At this stage, the facts of the case are this. In this email, Hemant Soren argues that you questioned me for 7.5 hours. You asked 17 to 18 questions of me, but none of them, as per him, were related to the crime or the proceeds of the crime. He says now, 2 days later, you tell me that you want to question me again. I have already told you that there is a budget coming up of the Jharkhand state and therefore I will be busy for the preparation of that. But still, if you're insisting that you have to question me, I am willing to make myself available on the 31st. The question that Soren supporters are asking is that if he has already said he's willing to make himself available on the 31st, which is just about 36 hours from this moment, why this hullabaloo? Why is this rush? Why can't ED wait till then? On the other hand, the Enforcement Directorate's version is that today when they reached Hemant Soren's residence in Delhi, it was because they had received a specific input. They wanted some documents and signs on those documents. That's why they had gone there. Where Hemant Soren is a question that ED is also asking. But because he's a sitting Chief Minister, I think beyond a point, the hands of the central agencies are also tied.
Right. So the hands of the central agency are tied beyond a point as well. That is the analysis of this entire situation, ladies and gentlemen, because the Chief Minister's whereabouts are still unknown. Remember those visuals on your screen. They have seized the BMW that belongs to Hemant Soren. This, what the ED says, is part of the proceeds of the crime as the investigation continues. But the strange part is that a sitting Chief Minister in the national capital, his whereabouts are still unknown, and he has emailed, Hemant Soren has emailed the Enforcement Directorate when it comes to the summons and this entire case, saying that this seems to be a political witch hunt, adding that this is just a ploy to destabilize his government in Jharkhand. We will continue to track all the developments which are coming in. There's a very bizarre case emerging when it comes to the ED investigation into Hemant Soren.